Here we go.
Hey, everybody. We are the Unapologetically Unstoppable Women podcast, and you've got Anne and Lori with you today. We are missing Angie. She is at a women's conference changing lives in that direction. I'm really excited. The topic today is finding your strength in quiet confidence. And I can't wait to hear what we come up with because it's
Yeah,
not scripted.
they're never scripted, right? That's what makes it fun.
So, Lori, what does that mean to you? So if you're like, okay, how do I find my strength in quiet confidence? What does that mean to you?
For me, it means being in silence and getting away from the noise because we can get so caught up in, oh, well, she's doing this, so I should do this too, or there's this wonderful course that I should be doing, or oh, I should be doing this. And anytime we say should, I know you're keeping your cat back.
Did you see
I
the little
love it.
cat ear? She won't
I
go away.
did. I did. Oh, she's so cute though. But being in silence, because that's where we hear our true messages. I firmly believe that if I am looking outward for confidence or should do's, then I quickly get off track and I quickly get exhausted. But when I'm taking time to look inward, and whether that's with meditation, prayer, whatever, just that mindfulness helps me to reconnect to me and what I need to be doing, not what everybody else thinks I need to be doing. How about
And
you?
how do you get your strength from that?
Well, because what I know, when I'm following my heart, my soul, I'm happier and I start making progress. Even though my brain may be saying, "Are you freaking crazy? That's a stupid idea," you know? And because like for years I wouldn't do a video because, put it on Facebook or anything because my brain kept saying, "Oh no, you're gonna be judged. Oh no, no." And the other day, I'm about to work in the yard and I'm all ready and I get sparked and I'm creating a video because I felt it inside. And those are the kind of messages that I get that spark me. And if somebody judges me, they judge me. It is what it
Haters
is.
gonna hate.
That's right. That's right.
So quiet confidence to me is a little bit different, and it'll be interesting to see what resonates with the listeners, whether it's actually sitting quietly. But for me, it is doing the things I know I still need to do, but not really telling anybody I'm doing them, not telling anybody. Like I am going through a season right now that it's a season and
Mhm.
there are pricklies all over the place. And I'm finding my strength through doing the things I know I need to do, having the conversations with myself to keep me out of the muck, which is turning into a word we use on this podcast, and not making a big deal out of it. I don't need to tell people, oh my gosh, so I'm so wonderful. Here's what I did today to dot. I'm just doing it. And hopefully, in some way, people are like, there's something about her, and there's just knowing I'm capable of getting through the muck. That's, I guess, my quiet confidence.
I love that. That is so powerful because when we're in the muck, it's really easy to turn that muck into quicksand and just keep going down, down, down. Um, so that is so powerful. When you know that you can get out of the muck, when you can recognize when you're in the muck and then get out of it. Yeah, I love that. And not having to say, hey, I'm out of
Yeah, you just
the muck.
go about your business, and then that strength builds and that confidence builds and that cycle hopefully continues. Not that you're never going to end up in the muck. I swear, I think I have a season pass to the muck right now. Um, but I know I can get out of it. I know it's going to take some time. I know there's a whole bunch of stuff outside of my control, but I know it's going to be okay. And I've gone through times in my life where that was not the case. This cat, I'm
I'm
telling you,
loving your cat.
where that was not the case. I didn't know I was going to survive. And so now, fast forward all these years later, I recognize the triggers, and there's quiet confidence in that going, oh, been here before, didn't do it very well. Let's don't do that again. What do we need to change? And then making those slow, big, little, whatever changes I need to make, because I know I cannot go back to what I did 10 years ago. That will not work for me. And I'm not that same person.
It kind of goes along with what we've said in past podcasts as well as, you know, and I think this was even last week, when we go through bad things, no matter how, it doesn't have to be horrible, it doesn't, but when we learn from them, and that was kind of, what do we learn from these things that happen that, devastated us or made us angry but learning from that is so key. So like
Mm-hmm.
you were saying, I can't go back there again. And the other profound thing that you said was you can't control everything. You can't control necessarily what's going on around you, but you can control how you react to it. Do you give it energy, or do you let it suck the energy from you, or do you retain that your energy and your quiet confidence and just say, okay, you do you, I'll do me.
I mean, and let's be real. Yes, you give it energy. Yes, you get sucked into it. Yes, if somebody figures out how to avoid getting sucked in, please let me know. I could really use that pep talk right now. But so it's not the never getting sucked into it. It's the how quickly and how well can I get myself out of it and look
True.
back and go, okay, that wasn't that bad. Don't want to do it again, but it wasn't that bad. And moving on. And hopefully it builds into more that really wasn't that bad. I got out of it faster. I got out of it better. I handled it. I actually didn't get sucked in at all. Maybe there are those times. Like you see it so far out, you're like, nope, I'm not doing that at all. I'm going to make a different choice. So I don't know. I'm getting sucked in a lot lately. It just is what it is.
We could call the Dalai Lama for you and
Yeah.
yeah, not to that point. No, I'm not to that point.
Yeah.
Not even close. Yes, it is
I
easy
would
to.
like a llama though. I can call it Dolly. Yeah.
There, oh my
I read the
God.
cows yesterday. I can have a Dolly llama.
That's right. I love it.
Hey, that
If you
changes my
get a lot,
entire perspective. I was getting ready to
yeah.
get in there and get curl up with that Highland cow and read my story to it. But I wouldn't be able to get back up again, so I stayed out of it. Literally, I would have been in the muck and it would have been awesome.
Literally, right. Exactly. Exactly. And, animals are so healing as well. Because you were telling me the story about, reading to the cow and there's a video on Facebook and everything. And that's so cool because animals and your cat walking, across the screen there. No, it's beautiful because animals are also so healing. They are very often the ones who recognize that you're hurting and then come up and try to make you feel better. And I think they kind of have a quiet confidence as well, especially cats.
I always said I want to come back as a cat because they just kind of, especially one of my cats, they rule this roost. I am not gonna lie. I am here but to serve. So, what
Yes,
are a
true.
couple of things? So, one, I find it interesting. We have two very, very different perspectives on what quiet
Hmm.
confidence is, but now it all kind of comes back to the same thing, though, too.
Yeah.
But what are a couple of things, like for me, reading to cows might be a thing that gives me quiet confidence that I can get through whatever I need to get through. What are a couple other things that our our listeners might need to know? Because you do this, you live in the woo woo field. Like, let's woo
Yes.
woo this quiet confidence up.
Yes. Well, right now, being out in nature, I love working in the yard. I love mowing the lawn. I love being outside in the sun. So for me, if I'm like going crazy with everything that needs to be done, I'll just go sit out on my back deck for a little bit and just be. I don't have to do anything. We keep
Yeah.
thinking, and this was my corporate training. I mean, we were trained how to not let any minute or second waste. I mean, we were trained how to do that multitasking, which is really not multitasking, but to not waste a minute. And I was like that for 40 years. So it's hard for me to just sit and do nothing. But my woo-woo practices have gotten me out of that. So I can just sit on my back deck and just look at the trees. And it's so healing.
I think kind of what you just said, I can't just sit. We've been taught not to sit. But I saw
Yes.
something, I don't know, on Facebook or something, and it was talking about when you come out of survival mode after you've gone through something hard and all your body's trying to do is just get through it and not get eaten by the dinosaur, you're gonna want to sit, and that's okay. It doesn't make you
Yes.
lazy, it doesn't make you anything. It just means your body needs to go, we got away from the dinosaur. Sorry,
Yes.
I just love that. Every time I hear fight or flight, or I just think of getting chased by a dinosaur. That's just me. I don't know what else y'all think about, but that's me.
I love it. Usually they talk about lions, the saber-toothed tiger or
Yeah.
something. Dinosaur better. I like dinosaur better.
Yeah.
We'll start
Getting
using
away
that.
from a T-Rex or something.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. You have to, and I have to say, I believe my meditation practice saved my life because it did teach me to sit in silence. But it's not silence. The brain is still going like
Yeah.
crazy. You can't stop it. So it's not about stopping the brain. It's about ignoring all these thoughts that are coming through. It's kind of like you've got, five, let's see, maybe 10 6-year-olds, anywhere 4 to 6-year-olds in the other room having a birthday party, and and they're making all kinds of noise, right? Right. But you just let them do it and they're fine. So that's kind of like the way I look at when my brain is going crazy. It's just like, yeah, it's just the kids playing, and I can kind of I acknowledge it's there, but I don't have to pay attention. I
Yeah.
don't have to follow that crazy thought of I'm not enough. I'm not doing a good job, et cetera, et cetera. Because that's what our brains are doing to us, right?
That's a great example too, that your brain is like a whole bunch of 4 to 6 year olds all the time, just going. I know mine is. But the
Yes.
other thing is, shoot, what did you say? Oh, celebrating wins. Like for me, that helps with my confidence and gives me strength. Because some days I really have to look, I'm like, what did I achieve today? I mean, I didn't
Mhm.
kill anybody. So usually that's pretty good,
That's a
especially
good
right now.
thing.
Like, made it through, not in jail. But when I quit being sarcastic with myself, it's, what did I really accomplish? And the win might be I showed up for my podcast. I did something crazy and put a video of me reading a page of my book to a cow, which I loved,
Yes.
only because I couldn't get the goats to sit still long enough. Um, but those are wins for me because it makes me happy. It's engagement on Facebook. People are like, "What? What did you do?" But that's a win, and it gets me out of the muck. Unless I
Yes.
stepped in horse something or cow something, then different
Yeah,
kind
but yeah, exactly. Exactly. That's okay, Muck.
of muck.
As long as you don't get it in your car and well.
So, and that builds my confidence. I can find an activity that brings me back to being me. It gives me strength that I know I can survive. So celebrating a win is probably the easiest, fastest thing that works for me. So you sit
Yes.
outside, I have to celebrate something.
That works. That works.
All about the celebration.
I love the
Well, we want
celebration.
to hear from the listeners too. Like, what do you
Yes.
do? How do you get through what does quiet confidence look like to you? What does that mean to you? And how do you
Yes.
where does your strength come in that?
Right. And how do you celebrate? Because, we hear a lot about gratitude practices. When you wake up, think of things, three things you're grateful for before you go to bed, three things you're grateful for, which is great. But the win is a little different. Now, you might have been grateful for the win, but I like what you're saying, Anne, about celebrating your wins and celebrate them in the moment. Um, because we don't often acknowledge our wins. We kind of go from one thing to the next to the next to the next. I don't know, maybe you're different, but I find I can go through the entire day. I can look back and say, "Oh, I'm grateful for this." But in the moment, I'm not saying, "All right, Lori, good job."
Yeah, I don't know that I do it in the like in the moment either. It might be a little bit later. Whenever I take some time to just reflect and go, okay, what did I do? Or how do I feel? Or, during
Yeah,
whatever
okay.
whatever causes that. But I'm like, all right, if all I'm thinking is negative thoughts, then I will intentionally, I'm like, what's a win? What's a positive? I have to change how I'm thinking. And it'll be in that moment for sure.
Yeah. Yeah, I hear you. I've had those moments. Yeah.
So, I mean, 10 years ago, my win used to be that the lights at the end of the tunnel were lights. They weren't a train that was going to run me over because I got run over a lot. It was a really, really tough season. And so that
Oh,
was my win. Anytime I'm like, those might actually be, end of the tunnel lights and not train lights. And now my wins are better, I think, than they were back then.
yes. Yes, it is all relative. It really is relative. Um, and small wins, like you say, even the small win, like I got up this morning, I got out of bed and brushed my teeth. I mean, because I know there are people who just they do have a hard time getting out. I have a hard time getting out of bed, but it's only because I my bed's just way too comfortable.
Understood. I hear
But
you.
it's not because I don't want to, I don't want to get up and start my day. It's just I'm lazy in the morning. I accept it. Okay. I move on. I eventually wake up.
There you go. And I'm good in the morning. It's late afternoon that I start to spiral and go, yeah, I don't feel it anymore. I'm done. But I've been up
Oh
and going since
yeah.
early. So,
Yeah. Yeah.
well,
Yeah.
hopefully from this, somebody takes a little nugget
Yes.
away. Somebody, maybe it was just me. I needed to hear this. Um, just that you build strength through quiet confidence and whatever it takes. What is your quiet confidence? How do you get there?
And and you don't have to be loud about it either. You know,
No,
don't have to be there. Not to say you can't shout on the rooftop, "Hey, I did it. Cool." But you don't always have to be doing that,
no,
you
because
know?
then I feel like the times, because I do that too sometimes. So I want somebody to pat me on the back because darn it,
Yes.
I did something good and I want somebody to know it. So I have those times,
Yes.
but that's not inner confidence. That's waiting for somebody to pat me on the back. Well, what if they don't pat me on the back fast enough or the right way or long enough or give me the accolades?
Uh,
You know, they don't know what I'm expecting. In
right.
my head, I know, and I can't communicate to them. Here's the kind of accolade I want. I want you to praise me for this long with these words. So then I set myself up for disappointment. I'm like, oh, well, that was kind of weak. Try harder. Do better when you're patting me on the back for a reason you don't understand. Come on,
That's right. That's right. Come on.
complicated being.
We all are. We all are.
Well, I hope you enjoy the rest of this beautiful day. I know you're in Ohio and I'm in South Carolina, but it sounds like it's equally beautiful in both places.
Yes. Yes. I
So
plan to get out and water my flowers and maybe deadhead them and just talk to my flowers for a little bit and then come back
nice.
in and get some work done.
All right. Well, I am so glad we got to do this today. And listeners, please, if you have any thoughts or additions you want to make, put them in the comments when this is posted. We'd love to hear from you.
Absolutely. See
All
y'all
right.
next
Bye,
week.
ladies.
Bye.